Did y'all's water taste like beer too?
Mine tastes normal.
Yeah, this is really good water.
So episode 4, Daniel.
Yes.
What the hell?
What the hell? What?
You replaced me?
I've been here the whole time. Yeah, we're on episode 4.
So,
Where have you been?
Did some stuff. So who did you have on? We can come back to that, but who did you have on?
We had on our lovely, entertaining, forever sunny Kaylee Hughes. And
Kaylee?
yes, and we were talking about who you are as a person. Not you, but everyone.
What does that mean? Like looking into their soul?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, Kaylee really can with this book that she has with the Enneagram.
No.
She can really.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah. She can figure out like what your motivations are in life.
Is that the one with the numbers?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Gross. What number are you?
I think I'm an 8.
Okay.
I think.
What does that mean?
Kaylee can tell you. I don't really
8
know.
out of 10. So you're like great.
No.
You're not amazing or perfect, but you're great.
8 out of 9. So I'm really close.
Oh, okay.
I'm really close to being amazing.
You basically are amazing. Because
Yeah, I mean,
nine
yeah.
would be perfect, right?
Yeah. 9 means you're the perfect person.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think
And Kaylee's only a 4. Yeah.
I think I'm also a 4.
Yeah, and we all disagree with that. So Kaylee's
really? Okay.
Yeah, Kaylee's gonna have to work with you. Yeah,
right.
We're gonna have to replace you. Welcome everybody back to Field to Table. We are glad you're back, and Ben, glad you're back.
Thank you.
We will talk about that here in just a second. We are releasing episodes every Friday, so please subscribe, hit all the bells and buttons and the whistles and the woohoo and all the things that your phones do. And because everyone's listening on phones, no one's listening on laptops. Let's be real, or TV. Yeah. So Field to Table released every Friday, and if you subscribe to us or follow us or whatever it's called on Instagram, we're putting pictures, posts, clips, reels, teasers. You should see one here shortly about what Ben said about an owl and my son in the backyard. That was a good one that Joe caught, and we all agree it was hilarious.
I don't know why it's funny. I mean, that's a real, you got to watch out. It's a real concern out in the suburbs.
And like I said, an owl picking up my 44-pound son that's not an owl. That's a pterodactyl.
Where you live, do you have owls?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're up in the trees. We can see them swooping around.
Yeah.
In fact, my neighbor we have a whole text message thread for the whole street, and she posted a picture of an owl that's roosting on her porch. And she asked us, "What do I do with this owl?" And I asked, "What do you mean do with it? You won't have rats around your house, so you let the owl live there rent free.
You do it. You do whatever it says. That's what you do.
Yeah, that's what you do what an owl tells you to do.
Exactly.
Yes. So, Mr. Ben, you were missing for episode 3, which is why I had to cheat on you and get Kaylee involved. So, how are you?
I'm okay.
Okay. Why don't you tell everybody why you were gone?
Yeah, let's get into the details. I don't know if this is TMI. I don't know. Is there like TMI on
no,
this kind of stuff? Not really.
Not
right?
not for your situation.
All right, cool. Well, if you don't want to hear about medical surgery, you can fast forward 10 minutes. I don't know. Yeah, so I had a hernia repair surgery. So right inguinal, apparently pretty common for dudes.
Okay.
Women have like hernias in their stomach typically, I think.
Okay.
Babies also often have them. Turns out I was born with it, which is interesting. So apparently like it was just really, really tiny. And it's just slowly gotten bigger. If you don't know what a hernia is, fun fact, it is a hole in your abdominal wall where your intestines like push through. So that's all it is. Not really a big deal. Not really concerning unless it gets so big that your intestines can like go out and then like kind of tie a knot with themselves, which is called strangulation. And that's how you get sepsis and die, which like happens pretty quick. So
yeah, sepsis is a pretty damn serious thing.
Yeah. So if that ever happens to you or you notice anything weird, go to the ER immediately because it's pretty bad. Mine was not bad or scary. It was just, one of those things. So I had surgery, had the whole ordeal, and it all went great.
Okay.
It all went great according to the surgeon. Surgery went well, everything perfect. And then when I woke up from the anesthesia, I did not wake up very well.
Okay.
And I was not getting oxygen. I was not breathing well. My heartbeat was like 160 and wouldn't go down.
Okay.
And my oxygen was low. So yeah, I was in PACU, like not ICU, but PCU, they call it.
Oh
I
man.
don't know the difference. Was there 2 hours, like trying to breathe. And yeah, I woke up like throwing up blood. And there was like 9 or like a lot of nurses and doctors like around me, like, just breathe, just breathe. And I'm like freaking out. I don't know what the hell's going on. It was pretty freaky.
Dude, that
Yeah.
would freak me out coming out and I've come out of anesthesia twice. That would freak me out.
Yeah. So I was pretty freaked out. This was supposed to be like a very chill, very routine,
Yeah.
not a big deal surgery, like easy recovery. They told me I would stay in the hospital for like 30 minutes afterwards and go home. And,
Yeah.
you can drive the next day. Like that's how not of a big deal it was.
Uh-huh.
Well, I was there overnight.
Oh.
They wouldn't let me go home. And yeah, it turned out that I had, so I woke up coughing blood and wasn't getting oxygen. Did a bunch of x-rays, did CAT scan, all that stuff.
Uh-huh.
Turns out I had what they think was pneumonia in one of my lungs. And it had like, it had a mini, they called it a mini, what is it called when your lung like collapse?
Oh yeah, lung
Yeah,
collapse.
they
Yeah.
called it like a mini collapsed lung. Like the lung wasn't working properly. So it took a few hours to get that going, which is I'm fine, which is good. But yeah, so it turns out I had walking pneumonia and didn't know it. And so apparently, like when you wake up from anesthesia or something with pneumonia, somehow something happened and like I just freaked out and yeah, it was a little scary for a bit.
Oh, I did not see that coming.
I told you I had a good story. I was like, let me tell you the details
Damn.
on the podcast. Yeah, it was exciting. So they held me overnight.
That's a word for it.
Yeah, I mean it was exciting. It was painful, but yeah, they held me overnight. I got dinner, the works. I had a cool bed. They have this thing now where if you're ever in a bed in a hospital for a while, they put like these compression pads on
Uh-huh.
you and like inflates and deflates every
Yep.
5 minutes.
Yeah, my
It
wife
was
had
pretty
those
nice.
after my son was born.
Yeah, those are pretty.
Look like little hockey pads almost.
Yeah.
That they put on
It feels great though. It honestly is like super comfy. I wish I
Yeah.
could take them home with me, but
You can for a couple $1,000.
yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. But yeah, so a little bit exciting.
All right.
That was the
Well,
story.
yeah, that sucks, and I'm glad you're well. Yeah, that would freak me out. When I wake up from anesthesia, I am cool as a cucumber.
Yeah.
I'm no worries in the world, and everything's fine.
Yeah. I had it once before and was totally fine. So everyone was asking me, hey, have you had anesthesia before? Were there ever any complications, any mishaps? And I was like, no, I don't know what's going on. And they're like, oh, you had pneumonia and didn't know it. That's not good. I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
sweet.
we actually went through that with my daughter when she was young. She had pneumonia for months. We had no idea. And she was kind of feeling kind of weird and kind of, which for her is
Mhm.
off. And doctor basically, he didn't judge us or, he didn't talk down to us, but he basically said, how did you not know your daughter had pneumonia? Because she's been fine. Only in the last 2 days has she been acting weird or, uncomfortable or something. And we had just had no idea.
Yeah. I mean, I never had a cough or
Yeah,
any
or
kind
cough
of
or feeling bad or
symptoms.
lethargic
No,
or anything, yeah?
no.
Besides just general your life of
General,
having 3 kids.
typical bed. Yeah. Yeah.
Which, leads us into the next reason that you were gone or missing or out of action and not at work. You moved with 3 kids.
Yeah. While recovering from surgery. It was the worst time to move or to get surgery ever. Yeah, it sucked. But we got it done. I have a lot of family and friends who helped.
Okay.
But yeah, I wasn't allowed to lift more than 10 pounds. So I was just standing
Oh,
around.
darn.
I mean,
a lot of pointing and talking.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, it didn't feel great not
Yeah.
being able to do much. But yeah, we got them moved in. Bigger house, pretty nice house. I got my own private office. I'm stoked about.
Okay.
So now I can work from home without having to go to like a coffee shop, which is nice. Yeah, same distance from the office, so not too bad commute.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right,
What's new
man.
with you besides cheating on me and doing weird Enneagram stuff with Kaylee?
Not a whole lot.
Was that the whole podcast? Just like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Just talking through and, um, I've thought for a long time myself being introduced to the Enneagram that, the Myers-Briggs and the DISC
Hmm.
things that you can do that businesses will sometimes hand out as part of the interview process, or the Enneagram is just another one of those tools where if you know, and we made this point during the podcast with Kaylee that, if you know how your coworkers operate and what their tendencies are and kind of who they are as a person, then you know how to relate to that person. And if you're a very strong-willed, upfront, assertive type person, and maybe you're talking with somebody who's more creative or, kind of, I don't want to say soft, but more not the hard-nosed kind of person, then the Enneagram and the relationships between all the types, you can get a lot of advice on how to approach certain kinds of situations between the different personality types.
This is interesting. So you mentioned employers. Do you think, I got two questions. Do you think it's wrong for employers to like have that as part of the hiring process? And two, do you think we should do that if we have like a role we're looking for and we know who they're going to work with? Should we like look like what personalities work well together?
Well, everyone works well together. It just depends on your willingness to work together.
I wouldn't say everybody works well together.
Well, and that goes back to the root of it of do people understand each other? Because if I understand you, then we can accomplish things.
Gotcha.
If I
Yeah.
understand how you operate as a person, then we can accomplish anything. But there's, the communication differences or people's intentions behind this and that, and you aren't speaking the same language, But to your first question, yeah, I completely support it, and I applaud businesses who do that. That offer some kind of personality type questionnaire, or whatever it may be, assessment to get to know somebody and how they might operate and how they might do things. And you know I mean, we don't have to go too in depth to it, but are you hiring a kind of person that you can just give things to, one after the other, after the other, after the other? Or do you have a very regimented type person who maybe you as a manager, maybe you need to hold on to their to-do list and then just give it as you give them one thing at a time and they get it done and it's done the best way it can possibly be done. Okay, here's what's next. Versus dumping a whole bunch of stuff on somebody, they might just freak out and not know how to prioritize it, or so and I think it's very valuable to learn how just how people are. And I
Mm.
appreciate businesses that do that. It seems like the business cares about knowing who you are and ultimately knowing what it's going to take to help you succeed.
I like it.
Yeah, it works for me.
So question for you. So
Mhm.
you asked about my surgery and the big things going on in my life. So I want to reciprocate and ask about the big things in your life. So how are the potatoes?
Potatoes are going gangbusters.
Yeah.
They are popping up. I have two sweet potatoes that have not sprouted, but a whole bunch that did, and I got whites and russets in there too. And we're in spring in Texas, so it's been raining fairly regularly, which means I haven't had to water them yet. So they're going up. They're sprouting like crazy.
Rock and roll. How far out are we from getting some samples?
A couple months,
Okay.
probably late summer.
All
They'll
right.
be ready.
So field the table. We're going to bring it to the table. Let's say episode 30,
Yeah.
50, maybe.
Well, 50 weekly, that's a year from now. So probably
Oh, good point.
probably
Math.
15, 18, something like that. They should be ready.
All right.
And onions are going crazy. And I did the math not too long ago when I built a 22-foot long flower bed, 22 feet long, 4 feet wide, and 2 feet tall. And I moved dirt. I built the bed. It's standing up. It's all braced and everything, set in concrete, the whole thing. And I moved wheelbarrows full of dirt, obviously trying to fill it up. And I was wondering on the way into work one day how many pounds of dirt I moved. And so I looked it up, how much soil weighs, and I couldn't find our exact North Texas bullshit clay soil, how much it weighs, but I kind of took an average of different kinds. I did the math and I moved in one weekend, I moved just around 4,100 pounds of dirt with a freaking wheelbarrow.
Yikes.
And it's not even done yet. So I still have another weekend full of moving dirt. It'll probably be I'm about halfway there. So probably done about another 4,000 pounds of dirt.
Yeah, 20 feet. That's a good
Yeah,
size.
that's big.
I mean, I'd imagine about a yard of dirt or more than a yard.
Oh, it'd be like 30.
Yards?
Yeah.
Like a truck yard, not like
Well,
a
yeah,
measurement, but
yeah, a cubic
cubic
yard.
yard. Yeah,
Yeah, a
yeah.
cubic yard only fills up about half of one, and they're all split up into roughly 4 foot boxes.
Jeez,
It only fills up about half.
that's a lot of dirt.
It's a lot of dirt.
Holy smokes.
But once it's done, I never have to do it again. Hopefully for about the next 20 years, as long as these boxes last. And that's the way I've built them. That's the way I intended them to last. So if they last, I told my wife, if they last any less than 20 years, I'm not going to be happy.
And you're not going to move.
Yeah, and I'm not moving, so
Oh.
I'll have to rebuild them out of something else.
All right.
So yeah, that's my farmer gardening life.
So you got potatoes, onions.
We'll start tomatoes here soon. We'll start green beans, squash, zucchini, cucumber, potatoes. I'm thinking about doing loofahs too.
A what?
You know, loofah like you scrub, like you wash your body with.
Yeah, uh-huh.
They grow naturally. You don't have to. They're not plastic from the store. There's natural loofah that you can grow. It looks like a squash. It grows on a vine, and when they ripen and mature, they fall off the vine. They fall on the ground and they dry out, and then that's when you cut them up, and then you have little loofahs.
I can't tell if you're messing with me or not.
No, I'm not. I'm
That
100%
sounds
serious.
crazy.
Yeah.
All right. I need a loofah from a tree
Yeah.
on Google Images, please.
Yeah. Apparently, you can we wash dishes with them. You can use them in the shower. You can kind of use them wherever.
So basically like a sponge, because
Yeah.
sponges
It
exist.
looks like a sponge, like a natural sponge.
Exciting.
Yeah. I think it's
So
kind of interesting.
field to table to bathroom.
Yes.
I like it.
Or kitchen, or whatever. If you want to wash your car with
Okay,
it, go
nobody's
ahead.
using a loofah in the kitchen. That's weird.
You can wash your dishes with it,
That's a sponge.
but it's still a loofah.
I feel like we're on the sandwich debate.
Is a hamburger a sandwich?
Yeah, hot dog. Well, we'll have that one at some point.
Yeah, we'll save that
For
for another
sure.
time. I mean, that's pretty much it with that. My life is pretty simple.
Sweet, we good to go?
Yeah.
That it?
Cool.
Cut.
Thanks, guys. See y'all later.
No, I have a fun thing
Okay.
for us to do. But I didn't know if it was good to do it now or to hit anything else. Anything else you want to?
Well, there is one thing that happened recently that I think you were out of the office when it happened. The boat hit the bridge in Baltimore. Have you seen anything about this? Have you heard anything about this?
I have not.
You've
Sorry.
not? Okay, you've
Like-
been all right.
I've been under anesthesia
No, you weren't.
and a rock.
And a rock. So yeah, there was a cargo ship coming into port in Baltimore, and something happened. We don't know what. And I'm not a maritime expert, nor have I ever captained a boat, so I don't know what's going on. But something happened, and the boat hit the main bridge that goes over the port, the shipping port. I can't remember the name of the
Wait,
bridge.
just so I know, like the situation. Is this like a funny thing that happened or like tragedy?
Well, it was tragedy because there was, I think, around 20 something estimated people on the bridge when it actually
Oh,
collapsed,
geez.
like 3 or 4 in the morning.
So not good.
No, definitely not good.
Wow.
No.
Okay, looking at pictures now.
Yeah, it was a very, very serious accident.
So how did it happen?
No one really knows yet. The report, at least at this time, the report hasn't been done yet, the investigation. And so,
The bridge collapsed.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I heard that story.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I thought like a boat just hit a random bridge. I wasn't tracking
Well, I mean,
both stories. Yeah.
Okay.
It's the same story. Yeah.
Yes.
Got
yeah.
it.
So the video shows, and everybody thinks and has heard that the boat lost power. You can hear you can see the lights, all the lights on the boat turn off. There's like a building has a like a webcam basically looking over the port, looking over the bridge. And so you see the boat coming into frame, lights are all on, and then the whole thing goes dark. And then the lights come back on, and then I think it goes dark again, and then black smoke just starts billowing out of the smokestack, and then it just boom crashes right on the bridge.
Wow.
So there's the internet has their theories, and we'll see what happens with that.
I mean that certainly just adds to my fear of bridges. So I'll just stay off of those and boats for that matter,
And boats.
and the ocean
Yeah,
and space.
I'm there with you in the ocean. I like boats though. I like boats on a river.
We went
boats on a
over
lake.
ocean our first podcast, right?
Yeah,
I think we did.
Ocean's scary as
Yeah,
shit.
no good.
Yeah, no.
Taylor and Travis. Okay, Meredith, can you confirm who this Travis person is? He's the tight end, right?
Yes.
I think.
Yeah, he's
Tight end.
tight end, I believe.
All right. See, I know some stuff. Sports ball. All right. So Taylor and Travis, it's on our news story kind of sheet thing here. Daniel, what do you know?
I know Taylor Swift sings songs and he plays football. Cool.
Sweet, me too. I'm assuming something happened. They either got married or they broke up. Is my guess.
I know that he's probably going to be the subject of her next album. That's what I know.
Yikes.
She makes all the heartbreak, why'd you break up with me, boo hoo, woe is me songs, and he's about to be
Shots fired.
He's about to be an album.
Whose fault do you think it's going to be?
Oh, we all know. It's
Okay.
going to be his. But it's really going to be hers.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. Good. Thank you.
Oh, he's going to get blamed.
You lost me for a second, and then you got me back.
He's going to get blamed, but we all know.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So hidden talents. This one was what I was asking about. Do you have any hidden talents, party tricks?
I don't think so.
Do it.
I used to be able to snap like quarters. I used to be able to aim with my elbow and snap quarters, and I could shoot a quarter.
Oh yeah.
I've lost I've lost the ability.
My brother can do that. God, it hurts. He can do pennies like real well.
Yeah.
He can shoot like 20 feet right into your face.
Yeah, we used to be at parties, and my buddy Joel is really good at it. He's a sniper with it, and I could hit your body, but Joel could like hit your cheek if he wanted to. And so we'd be, standing around at parties, drinking, hanging out, whatever, and Joel would just blink people with his, and then I have to like kind of set it up and like, look out, I don't know where this is going, but
it's going that way.
It's going this general direction, so good luck.
All right. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't really think of anything hidden.
I don't go to parties, so I don't have any party tricks. I might have hidden talents, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think we're kind of boring for this section.
Pretty decent at marketing.
I'm pretty decent at building shit. Moving on.
I can skateboard a little bit.
Yeah. The only thing I can do off my feet is ride a bike. I could never skateboard. I could never rollerblade. I could never ice skate. Can't ski. My feet, they just go in different directions.
See, rollerblading, ice skate, ski, that makes sense. But what about like skateboard, snowboard? Your feet are, just one board.
Yep.
It should be a little easier.
Fall
off. Okay.
Yeah, I just fall straight off.
Okay.
I did make it down one mountain snowboarding very slowly, very, very slowly, mostly riding like straight this way down the hill, just kind of lifting my toes up, just kind of scooting along. And I did not like it at all. So that was very short lived, and it was a complete waste of money because a lift ticket is like, I don't know, $900 or something. Whatever it costs to go skiing. I was not into it.
Yeah. Yeah. We almost went skiing in February. And then we got invited. My brother and sister-in-law, they have a friend, or actually, I think it's her brother. He like house sits a really nice house in Steamboat year round. Like this doctor that lives in Austin or whatever, like it's like his vacation home. He goes there like twice a year,
And he lives there?
No. Well,
house sits?
He house sits there. Yeah, he lives there full time.
Okay.
And the doctor will come like, I don't know, a few weeks in the winter, and that's it.
Okay.
So we'll go up there and like, stay at the house for free and hang out in Steamboat and go snowboarding and stuff. So they invited me in February, and I was like, that sounds great. It's February. That's the end of our year. So there's like zero chance I could go, but maybe next year. Do you
No, probably not.
No. Oh yeah. No, not.
It's still the end of the year next February too.
Yeah, don't read into that, Gabe. Maybe next year in like January or March.
I think January would be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
December. I've always wanted to do vacation instead of Christmas and just like go somewhere.
That's what we're doing this year.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I can't wait. We're already setting our daughter up. You know that this trip is your present, right? Right? You know that this is your present, right?
I mean, I'm going to tell you right now, she does not know. And no matter how much prep, I mean, how old is she?
She's 10.
Yeah, no matter how much prep, day Christmas comes, she's gonna be like, "Where's the present?" Yeah,
We're here. You arrived.
look outside.
You're welcome. So you said you had something fun for me. What's this? What is?
I do. I'm gonna see if I can connect to this. All right, so we're gonna rank tool brands.
Okay.
I got S to D here. So we got S tier, that's the highest. A, B, C, D. So I'm gonna throw a tool brand at you, and you're
Okay.
gonna tell me where you want to put it, and then maybe I'll argue with you if needed.
Okay.
All right. Let's start with an easy one. DeWalt.
DeWalt.
Where you going?
So okay, real quick. You said why is S
Okay, so
the
if you don't,
top
so if you
tier?
don't understand the S tier thing, it's like a pretty common tier ranking system
Okay.
where like A's the top, A, B, C, D, F. But S tier is like it's called S rank, S tier. It's just like the premium cream of the crop.
Okay.
I'm sure there's some kind of like logical reason behind it. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. If you want me to change it to like A plus, I can, but
No, I got you. As long as I understand. Okay. Yeah, I would say DeWalt is an A.
cool.
Yeah.
I'm aligned there. Harbor Freight.
Ew.
But they're cheap.
I know. I was gonna say they are dirt cheap. However,
People love them and hate them.
oh yeah, they're. Oh man. The thing is though that they do have some things that are decent, and there are things that you rarely use that when you need to use it like once every couple of years it works, and you just don't have to depend on it. So I'd say a C.
Okay. All right. I might come back and argue with you for at least a B, but just for the pure value of it. But all right.
I also used to buy grinders from there. I can't remember what their in-house brand is. I used to buy grinders from there when I was poor. I used to buy them like 3 at a time because I'd be in the middle of a job building a gate and it would die. And rather than stop what I'm doing, pack everything up and go, I could just reach in my toolbox and grab the next one and just throw the one. It would literally burn up in my hand and just smoke. And I would just wrap the cord around it, throw it away, and just go get the next one out of my toolbox and finish the job.
But it was $25.
It was like $12 or something
Instead of 200.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, cool. All right, here we go. Let's do a fun one. Makita.
Makita's an A. They're good. They're pretty dependable.
All right. I thought you might have gone S there, but okay.
No, the reason I don't say yes because I've had a couple of their tools over the years that I drop from. I'm working on a bench, so waist high, and I drop it on the ground, and it never works again. Like you couldn't survive a 3-foot fall. Get out of here.
Interesting.
Bullshit.
All right, Husky, the old Home Depot brand.
I would say B.
All right, I like that. Good value, pretty decent.
My favorite ratchet that I've had forever is a Husky brand, and it's one of those very fine tuned ratchets, so you can move it like 1 degree at a time, and the handle twists to actually turn the ratchet head. I love that thing. They don't sell it anymore. They don't. I pray to God I never break that thing because I freaking love it. But their sockets, I've cracked so many of their sockets in half. But that one ratchet is a saving grace for the whole brand.
It's funny. I was about to say, yeah, I've had their socket set for a while, like the big complete one or whatever.
Yeah, don't put like a breaker bar on it, like a long break. They crack.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't. Yeah. All right. Speaking of things that crack or never crack, Snap-on.
Snap-on's premium.
It's got to be S, right?
Yeah, S.
All right, good.
Yeah.
I was going to say that's the only right answer.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're going to get flagged in the comments.
Yeah.
All right. Now the opposite of Snap-on, we got Black & Decker.
Ew. I'd say C.
You're going to put Black & Decker toe-to-toe with Harbor Freight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think that's a little crazy, but okay.
Yeah, I used to have one of their drills, and I could hold on to the chuck, and then I could. It was a battery powered drill, and I could full pull the trigger the full way, and I could still turn the drill backwards.
Here's the thing. Here's my argument. I think Black and Decker is D or F. I think if you surveyed our audience, I think they choose Harbor Freight every time. or a better possible example. I bet the majority of our audience would never choose to buy a Black and Decker,
Yeah,
but I bet
D.
they might choose to buy Harbor Freight if the situation made sense.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Fair. Yep.
All
You
right,
changed
cool.
my mind.
Sweet.
D. Yep.
D it is. All right. Craftsman.
I'd say an A.
Okay.
They make good stuff.
Okay.
A lot of my stuff's Craftsman, and it's held up for years.
Stanley. It says Black and Decker as well. Stanley.
I look at Stanley more of like the tape measures, the levels.
Is that a Walmart brand or what brand is that? Or
No,
who
so
owns them?
Stanley, Black and Decker, and DeWalt are all under the same parent company.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Stanley, I would say, is even better than Black and Decker, even though it says Black and Decker in the name. I would say a B. I've had Stanley. Their big claim to fame, the Stanley thing, is all about their tape measures. They have those 17-foot standout tape measures. Everyone tries to copy them.
I've got like the toy versions for my son, and I've got like 5 of the normal versions.
Yep. Yeah. And then I've all my levels are Stanleys. Good stuff.
All right. Some of these are cut off, so I can't fully read them. So we're just gonna skip.
Also, you got Bosch, Skill, Ryobi.
Yeah, I was gonna do Ryobi next. It's the really old, the old branding.
Yeah, I would say Ryobi's a B.
All right.
I've got a lot of Ryobi stuff. It works fine. It works great. The batteries have never let me down.
I'm only gonna judge you a little bit.
That's fine. But I've also got Milwaukee stuff. I've got all these brands of stuff besides Black and Decker.
I feel like Ryobi is the one where it's Christmas and
it's on sale.
Or just like your in-laws or somebody gifts you something, some kind of set.
Yeah,
it's Ryobi.
Yeah.
All right. Skill.
Oh man,
I feel like you have a love-hate relationship with Skill.
I mean, they're really the only ones. They invented. Shit. They've only got one really good product, so I'd say a B.
What is that?
Oh, worm drive circular saw.
A Skill saw, right? That's where the name comes from.
Skill saw, but it's a worm drive run, so it has a pistol grip on it, and it's all in line. It has a huge, like 15 amp motor on it, and it's really heavy duty. They invented that. It works really, really well, but everything else they make is garbage.
Okay. Our fan favorite,
Milwaukee. Just go ahead and put it up on the top. We all know Milwaukee's.
All right,
Milwaukee's the shit.
Up there with Snap-on. It's high praise. Bosch,
I would say, is also a premium brand. They're not too popular. They don't have the market presence here in America, but in foreign markets they do.
You go on S?
Yeah, S. Their stuff is really good. It's just expensive.
I think this also says Harbor Freight.
It does say Harbor Freight.
We're going to leave that down there.
Yep.
Irwin Tools. I've not heard of this.
Irwin's an A. Their stuff is good. All the speed clamps, little woodworking, little jigs, pocket hole, drill jigs, that kind of stuff. It's all really good stuff.
All right.
Good quality stuff.
Cool. Hitachi's
a B. I've got a couple of their things, and I bought a job site table saw that's Hitachi, and you aware how the table saw works, right? When you have the blade and you have the little the fence that you adjust. It was off by like half a degree. And so I'd run plywood through there or 2x4, and it would get bound up at the very end because it had just created a wedge. And so I had to take the whole track apart. And it's kind of hard to describe, but there's wheels with gears, and then there's a track that it runs on, and the track was put in incorrectly. So I had to take the whole thing apart. I had to cut the track. I had to move it and get calipers out and measure it off the base of the table of the table saw. and caliper everything out and measure it and make it all the same. And then I super glued the whole track in there so it won't move. And I put the whole thing back together. And now it's straight. But it was dog shit when I bought it.
Sounds more like a C kind of thing,
but that was only that one thing. Also, the miter saw I have from them is amazing. It has a laser sight on it, and I'll be damned if that thing's not perfect. That's cool.
Laser on a miter saw is always nice.
Yep.
All right, Porter cable.
I'd say a B. They make decent compressors. They're kind of consumable. They burn up, and you get rid of them, but they're cheap, so you go buy another one.
They're obviously known for compressors. That's where I know them. I had one. What else do they make?
They make cordless tools that are shit. Their batteries are terrible, and they make a lot of nail guns.
Yep, for compressors.
Yeah. And they're consumable. You use them up, they fall apart, and then you just go buy another one because they're cheap.
All right, cool. Leatherman, last one.
Leatherman's an A. That's some good stuff.
Sweet. All right. Well, there we have it. The official Field the Table tool ranking. We'll start at the bottom. D, Black & Decker. Surprised we didn't bring out the F, but maybe we'll add some to this and we'll bring the F ranking out here. C ranking, we got Harbor Freight. B ranking, we got Husky, Stanley, Ryobi, Skill, Hitachi, and Porter Cable. For the A list, A team, we got DeWalt, Makita, Craftsman, Irwin, and Leatherman. And for the S, the premium brands, we got Snap-on, Milwaukee, and Bosch.
I think you're missing Rigid. Would be another B. B or an A.
I like Rigid. Rigid's up there with DeWalt and Makita, you know.
Yeah, they're okay, but they are kind of, if you push them too hard, they do fall apart. But as long as you're nice to your tools, then they last. So it depends on who you are.
Yeah, we are missing a few. Rigid, that's a good call out. Cool.
And then since you had Snap-on on there, you can have like the Matco and all the other mechanics tool brands, which I'm not a mechanic. I don't know.
I'm not either. I really only know Snap-on. Yeah, and I know
everybody knows Snap-on.
Like a big deal. And I've got a mechanic friend. He'll give me hand-me-down Snap-on tools. Yeah. And they're so freaking sweet. Yeah.
Yeah, they are. They're nice.
He actually, he's a funny dude. My son turned 2 and he gave him this, it was a socket wrench, but it, what's it called when it has like the weight pressure or the
torque wrench?
The torque wrench.
Yeah.
He gave my son a Snap-on torque wrench for his 2nd birthday. I was like, thanks, buddy.
Did you drop it and it doesn't work anymore?
No, it's fine.
Did he buy a bigger one? He didn't need that one anymore?
I'm sure he has several.
It had to have been something like that.
Yeah. No, it works fine.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm sure that was quite the tool. But
or it fell off the back of a truck.
Well, Snap-on, like it's unbreakable, right? They'll replace or whatever.
What I really meant to say stolen, but I don't want to say stolen.
I gotcha. Yeah.
To say that about your friend, I didn't want to say that, but
oh no, he works at a mechanic shop. They got lots of stuff.
Okay.
All right, cool. Well, tune in next time for whatever else we might have with
yeah, we'll think of some other stuff to rank. I actually like that.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. We're gonna come back to potatoes and we're gonna update your ridiculous potato ranking.
The only thing I don't like about potatoes is mashed potatoes. I'm just tired of them.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna make you some and change your mind.
Okay. And I'll eat those just like all the other mashed potatoes.
Then we gotta rank French fries specifically.
Oh yeah.
Set the record straight.
I've got thoughts.
I hate all the fry rankings I've seen. It just drives me nuts. We have to make up a new tier for In-N-Out specifically. Whatever below F is.
I think they're okay. They're not great. They're okay.
No, they're bad.
Burger Kings are the worst ever.
True.
Burger King and Dairy Queen, the worst. Those are Fs.
Dairy Queen. Brahms are pretty good.
Yeah, Brahms are legit. Yep. Yeah, we'll tackle that next time.
Meredith, anything we missed before we?
Ooh, I like these. All right.
Daniel, why don't you?
All right, Ben.
Surface the topic. Surface. What the hell does that mean?
I have no idea.
Preface the audience.
So, Meredith just said that she asked some of our team questions that they would like to know about us. And these are kind of this or that, either or, A or B questions. I like these.
Would you rather?
Yeah, would you rather? Those are always fun. Okay, let's just start from the top. Be embarrassed or be afraid?
Oh, be afraid. I hate being embarrassed.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. It's terrible. You?
I
I feel
think,
like you never get embarrassed, so that's what you're going to
yeah, I was
say.
gonna say it's hard to embarrass me. So yeah, I'd say being afraid is kind of
When's the
worse.
last time you were embarrassed?
I mean, maybe little embarrassment things like, I'm not the best conversational person in some settings, and I've put my foot in my mouth quite a few times because I'll I have no filter sometimes, and I just
Mm.
straight from the brain, straight out of the mouth. And I've asked some dumb questions or some weird questions in awkward situations with like elderly people.
Mm. Well, it's a good thing we put you on a podcast.
Yeah, with a microphone and a
Yeah.
and a platform to
Words are hard.
words are hard.
All right. So which one do you pick?
I would rather be afraid than embarrassed.
All right. So we agree.
Okay.
Cool.
Book smarts or street smarts? First question, which one do you think you have more of?
Oh, street smarts for sure.
Yeah.
I have very little book smarts.
Yeah, me too. If you could swap book smarts for street smarts, would you?
No.
Absolutely not.
No. Book smarts overrated,
Yep.
in my opinion.
Massively overrated.
Street smarts save your life. Boost your.
So this next one I'm not too clear on, but we can discuss it. Matt, I think this is which would you rather
Oh, I get
have
it.
massive success by accident or mild intentional success?
So would the first example be like um an inheritance or the lottery, or would it be like I'm trying to find another example of success? That's not really success.
I mean, it's
Kind
it's
of.
a it's a measure of success is wealth, but also, I mean, if you just stumbled across a stupid solution to an easy problem that made, let's say it made you millions of dollars, but also gained you a lot of popularity and notoriety as like a business guru, when really all you really did was solve a simple problem to an easy solution to a stupid problem. Would you rather have that, or the inverse of that would be a very complex problem to a very
Mm.
complex answer to a very complex problem, but there's no notoriety in it, there's not a lot of money in it, but you know that you solved a very complex problem?
That's tough. Do you have an answer?
I would choose the latter. I would choose the because if you're dumb and successful, there's so many
Well, if that
reality television.
okay, if that's the question, then obviously, yeah, I'd rather be smart and broke
Okay.
if that's the way you're framing it.
Yeah, if you're a reality television star versus, Daniel Day-Lewis, which would you rather be? Not that Daniel Day-Lewis is not successful, but he's not poor either. So, I mean, if you were an amazingly accomplished, successful, insightful actor, method actor, or a reality TV star, I think that's a better scenario.
Work 40 years for it or 2 years for it.
Yeah, I'd rather work 40 years for it and accomplish it. Because that kind of success and that kind of accomplishing that leaves you a legacy. And that's something that people notice for years because you solved, back to my original example, you solved a very complex problem.
All right, who made this list?
I think this is from everybody.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. The next question is time machine or magic wand, and I swear this is like one of those. Uh, I'm blanking on the word. Psychology questions to
Uh huh.
like understand
It
you.
like an interview
Is
question.
this yeah? Like is this Kaylee? Is she out there with the Enneagram testing me? Because I feel like yeah, there's like certain interview psychology questions, but
Yeah.
magic wand or time machine. sounds like that.
Which would you want? Time machine or a magic wand?
Yeah, time machine for sure is where
100%.
yeah, is where I go to. As long as it's like contained and there's no like, time space continuum disasters.
Yeah, we don't.
Yeah, ignore that all that stuff.
Yeah.
Multiverse, whatever.
Nope.
But yeah, magic wand sounds more boring. I'd rather go back to
I would much rather go back in time.
the good old days.
Yep.
Would you rather work with someone who is overly optimistic or overly pessimistic?
Ooh.
That's a good question.
Oh.
'Cause I hate both.
I would say overly optimistic because I can always bring you down. I can't always build you up.
Yeah, I feel like I often do both, but I think I'm more on the optimist side. I
Sure,
think.
but which would you rather work with?
Right.
That's the
So
question.
I'm thinking like how I'd even them out.
Okay.
Maybe that's why I hate optimists because I am one. I don't know. Yeah, they both sound terrible.
Yeah, I'm not a good like cheerleader, ooh rah, build you up. Like, no, that's on you, bro. You build your own stuff up and you do your thing. I can
You
bring
take care of
you
yourself.
I can take you down a few rungs pretty simply with swift kick of the leg, but I'm not one to like build you up and hype you up, and I'm definitely not Hannah. Let's just put it that way.
Good to know. Yep.
Yeah.
I feel like I know that as
Yeah.
somebody on the team. Yeah.
Yeah. Treehouse or underground bunker?
I think in general, treehouse, but in practical situations, bunker for
Definitely
sure.
bunker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Treehouse is cooler.
It is
Like
cool.
as a kid, that was like the dream.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one of my friends had a treehouse with the whole like trap door, the ladder swings down, and you like climb up the rope. Oh, it was so cool. Yeah.
That'd be fun. And last one, mind reading or shape shifting?
Oh God. In reality, there's probably nothing worse than mind reading. Because you just learn what everybody thinks about you and other people, and you're like, wow, why did I didn't want to know that. Like your life will be miserable forever. I think there's movies and books about that.
I would rather read minds, and shape shifting to me is kind of weird. And,
Yeah, it sounds weird too.
Yeah.
I would replace that with like being invisible or something. So if you had minds to read, do you have specific ones that you're like, oh man, if I could only read your mind, it would help me?
I mean, the obvious answer is Elon Musk, just to see what that squirrel cage looks like.
I thought you were going to say your wife.
No, I've got her pretty well figured out.
Okay, nice.
But no, I think other interesting, I don't know, not philosophical for lack of a better word, but like people that really think deeply, just to see, because they can talk about it, like their mental map of how they get through theories and stuff. But to think about, but then language is kind of a barrier for them to describe that. So if you could get inside their head and see how they're going about thinking about things, and just that wild path of how people come to conclusion, like mathematicians type people, how they do math in their heads with theory and stuff. I would love to see that. I would love to see that.
So here's a question.
happen.
Did you bring up Elon Musk on the episode with Kaylee?
No.
Ah.
Okay. No. I don't know. He might have been mentioned because each type had favorite or famous people.
Okay.
He might have been mentioned, but I don't think we talked about him specifically.
I feel like you brought him up on everyone with me, and I was like wondering if you're going to do that every single episode.
Maybe.
Yeah,
might be my little
be a fun little through line.
Yeah. That'll be the wrap up, the year end wrap up, is all the time I mentioned Elon Musk.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah.
Elon Musk.
Joe, Matt, have fun with that.
Yep.
Yeah. Cut out every Elon Musk reference. Cool. Well, that was fun. I hope you know us now.
If you had to be an influencer, what would your niche be? I don't know. I'm not really into the influencer thing. I don't get it.
If you were to get famous, like how would you get famous? You like the handyman dude teaching people how to do DIY stuff? Are you the farmer?
I mean,
Daniel's Potatoes? That'd be it, dude. I'd follow you.
The whole channel would just be me walking out to the potato patch. What's up, boys?
Every day.
Yeah.
There's a guy on TikTok I found who's like a homesteader.
Uh-huh.
And he got really popular somehow. And he's got he lives alone in the middle of nowhere.
Okay.
Got this homestead, and he's got a robot lawnmower, like the auto, like the what's the vacuum thing called?
The iRobot or the
Roomba.
Roomba.
Yeah, it's like a Roomba for the lawn.
Yeah.
And he got pretty popular on TikTok. Then he bought this lawn Roomba and strapped a GoPro to it.
Yeah.
Oh no, he straps his iPhone to it and goes live.
Okay.
And it's just mowing. And people will watch his TikTok live of this robot who he named it Hank.
Okay.
And I bet you somebody out there knows Hank the robot. It just mows and that's it. But he's so popular. People just they'll send him money and stuff on TikTok.
What?
Yeah, dude. Just mowing the lawn.
God, and I'm working for a living.
I know.
I still don't understand.
That's what I imagine. Every morning you'd come out, you check the potatoes.
What's up, boys? And then just that's just it.
You put your phone in the dirt and you can watch
them grow.
Watch them grow.
Watch the day go by. Man,
I'd follow you.
I did have an idea a long time ago, and this is kind of similar to this, but not really, of setting up, and I don't know how or who could help me do this. I would need like a robotics kind of person. I want to get a Nerf gun with like 1,000 rounds in it and put it on an arm that you can direct from a website. You can direct online. You can steer it and then just put targets up throughout the room. So you log into my app or website or whatever, and you on using your keyboard or using your fingers swiping on the phone, you're moving the gun, you're aiming the gun, and you press fire and you're trying to hit the target like in my kids' game room.
I like it.
Just making an interactive thing. You get 2 shots for free, and then if you want to keep shooting, it's $1 for 5 or something.
Like a carnival game,
an online carnival game, exactly.
Online.
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds worse than the real carnival game.
And it'd be so fun for me as a parent because you'd come home. I could see coming home, and the website's been active all day, and 3,000 people have shot Nerf, and the floor is just littered with Nerf darts.
So between people, how do they refill a gun?
Oh, it would just. Have you seen these Nerf guns that have like chain Nerf bullets?
No, I haven't been following the Nerf gun news recently.
Dude, people are 3D printing mini guns that shoot Nerf bullets, and they'll have 3,000 or 5,000 rounds.
I have seen the guy who goes to gun ranges and brings the Nerf gun, and he has this giant case, and he's like, "I'm not sure if I'm allowed to shoot this, but can you check my ammo?" That's hilarious. And he actually goes out there and shoots it.
Yeah. And like I said, coming home as a parent and just seeing my kids walk in the door, which is right in off the garage, and just the whole floor being littered with Nerf darts. Like, well, pick it all up. And then I just go sit on the couch and watch TV. They're picking up Nerf darts with a broom and putting them in a trash can.
I like that your idea of success and what you want out of being famous is coming home to a room full of Nerf darts. You're a simple man.
I am a very simple man.
I like it.
Simple taste, simple joys. Ooh. Oh, we did talk about this while you were gone. April Fool's was while you were gone, and we were wondering if the movers tried to pull any kind of an April Fool's prank on you.
My brothers considered it.
Okay.
Did not try anything. They considered stealing the keys and then emptying the truck somehow and then bringing it back and cutting off the deadbolt or whatever on the lock. That would have been traumatizing. Oh, so to tee that up. So because we got the truck for 2 days, we loaded it Sunday.
Okay.
And then had it ready to go Monday morning to unload. So to wake up Monday morning with the truck empty would have been a sight to behold. They did not attempt that. So
but
nothing.
They thought about it.
They kept asking me. We were loading it on Sunday, and everyone kept saying, "Is this just some elaborate prank where like tomorrow you're gonna be like, surprise, we're not moving.
Oh yeah,
let's all put it back in the house."
Yeah.
No.
Have you ever pulled a prank on somebody?
When I was a kid, yeah, we used to do pranks. I can't think of anything super. I wasn't like that smart of a pranker, It was like dumb stuff like ketchup on the finger. Mom, I cut off my finger. And she's like, no, you didn't. Yeah. My sister, though, the exact same thing. She'd prank her kids where to a 5 or 6 year old, she'd have the blood on herself and she'd freak them out and they thought it was real. she did that a lot.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious, kind of.
We talked about it briefly on, what was it, episode 2, I guess, was the last time you were here. And I did think of a prank that I did that I forgot about, and I'm glad we can talk about it now. Randy, you know who you are in high school. I'm the one who pranked you. He had a green Camaro that he was so proud of. And it was a 6-cylinder that he cut the exhaust off of. So it made that god awful V6 exhaust noise in the 90s. And we really didn't like him driving that car. And so on April Fools or around about there, maybe it was April Fools. It was still a prank. We went over to he parked it in front of his house every single night. And we went over there at like 4 a.m, dead of night. And I jacked up with a floor jack. I jacked up the rear of his car and I took his wheels off. I set him underneath the car and then I set the car down on the wheels. And then we jacked up the front of the car, took the wheels off, put him underneath the car, like way inside. Not just like set the rotors on the wheels. I put the wheels completely underneath the car and then set the car down. And then I took all the lug nuts. And every couple of days, I would leave a lug nut with a bow on it on his front porch.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
You're welcome, Randy.
All right. Shout out to that guy.
Yep. He knows who he is.
Cool. If you want Daniel's address, send me a DM.
Yeah.
You can take apart his truck.
That's cool. About all I got for today. Welcome back.
Thank you, sir.
Glad you're back.
Good to be back.
Glad you are not throwing up blood anymore.
Yeah. No more of that. I mean, we'll see, you know.
I mean, hopefully not.
Maybe if you're lucky.
No.
Get on the podcast.
No thanks. I don't think I'm one of these people, but I have been close where people start throwing up and then I start
oh no.
And I just walk away. I don't know if I would actually throw up, but I've been close enough that I walk away and then the feeling goes away. But
yeah, I'm the same.
I'd be interested to know that about myself. If I stayed there long enough, would I actually throw up?
Well, we should, in the field, we should get some field tests. You know, try it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
We have enough. Yeah. Anyways.
All right, guys. Well, that's been episode 4. Thank you very much for joining. Again, on YouTube, on Instagram, on all the social places, all the buttons and the things and the bells and the whistles and the woohoo and all the things that your phone do to let you know about new episodes and all the stuff. Every Friday. Ben, hope to see you back.
All right.
All right. Bye, everybody.